Hey, good morning, hamsters. David Holmgren, K9AT, and I'm going to share with you some technology that I've been involved with lately in a few different videos. So I want to try to catch up on things that I've been working on lately. And by the way, when I use the word hamster, it's a term of endearment. My wife used that term one time when somebody from the ham radio came by and said, "Hey, one of your hamsters stopped by." I go, "Hey, that's kind of a cool little name." And I don't mean anything slight by it, but I actually my opinion about ham radios, I try not to take the hobby, and it is a hobby, too seriously. I'm not going to save the world with a bow thing, and and whatever. Uh, and I have more than both things, but I think what it comes down to is we're just trying to have fun. It's a hobby, and just try to enjoy life. And if I was called upon in an emergency to help out, obviously I would, because that's part of ham radio. But I don't live and die for that. Okay, so let me show you what I got. It's called the Air Boss. It's a really cool way to launch antennas up in a tree. Okay, so I've had this challenge of trying to get wires up in the tree, and for years I've been using slingshots, and that really hasn't worked too well. Um, it's taken a lot of time, a lot of attempts, I should say, to try to get that wire up in the tree. And so consequently, I looked around and I've heard about these, but I never really took them seriously until now. And I just recently I picked this up. It is called the Air Boss. And let me just kind of show you. This is it. It's basically does not come with the reel. You have to pick that up. And so I picked up a nice open reel. And this is the valve that you use to engage it to open it up. And over here is the valve that shows how much pressure. Now you just use a, you don't need to have a big, air compressor can. All you need is like a bicycle pump. And I just used this little guy right over here, and that worked really good. And so I've got it pumped up to about 25. Now this is actually a lot. They say not to pump it up past 75, and so because that's the maximum. It should in fact what it says right there. But in reality, you don't need more than about 20, maybe 25. But and if you're trying to finesse it into a tree, the problem is sometimes if you shoot it too high, or with too much pressure, as to say, you go way too high and then you catch a bunch of branches beyond it because you're shooting up, and then you end up wasting a lot of wire. So in my situation, let me show you what I got. I have got a um, counterpoise right here. This is the weight that I use to um, hold it so that it can actually pull on the pulley, and it goes all the way up into this tree here. Let me see if I can show you what I got here. So the goal was to try to get it to the point of the pulley, and let me see. Oh, there's the pulley. Try to get it focused in here. Anyways, I think you can kind of see it. Anyway, so what I've got is a wire that um, goes all the way down over to this tree here. Let me show you. So basically, I shot the wire to do the support for the pulley, and that guy ties off over to this tree here. And I've got it tied off to the crabapple tree. And by the way, the best time to do this is either early spring or fall, when you know where you're shooting things and the leaves aren't in the way. So what I've got here is a Buckmaster, and oh my god, what a great antenna. I should actually make this a Buckmaster video too. So the um, uh, the purpose really was to try to string the support for the pulley, and then have the wire just free flow in the tree. And maybe this is a better shot up here. You can kind of see it here. I'm trying to show where the pulley is. Up, there it is. Okay, there. That's the pulley right there. So I can point it out here. Pulley. And then that tie-off goes all the way over to the tree over there for the pulley. Anyways, so, oh heck, maybe I'll make this Buckmaster and a Air Boss antenna. So here's the rest of the Buckmaster. So I got it suspended from a spruce tree over here, And then my tower over here. I like these selfie sticks, they're pretty cool. And then the other antenna lead of the Buckmaster goes over here, and it's tied to its own support system and wire right here. And the wire connects back over here. I think you can kind of get the idea. And then, let's see if I can get a shot of the pulley here. This is morning sun, so it's not really doing me any favors here. There we go. So the pulley, let's see here. I will never claim to have awesome video with all the special effects. My goal is content. Okay, so there you go. There's the pulley for this guy, and then bringing it back down. It's got its own little counterweight. So when it's windy, this really works well. So you can kind of see this guy goes up and down right here. Now you can see, I guess. And it works great. So that's the hinge point. So why did I do that? Well, because these trees, when I anchored it to without the pulley, it would actually pull the wire, and it would get slacky. And now at least I can keep a nice tension on the antenna. Now let me tell you about the Buckmaster real quick. This is probably the best dipole I've ever got. My challenge has always been to try to have flat SWR all the way across 75, 80 meters. This is the only antenna I've ever found that does it. It's like less than 2 to 1, like 1.6, all the way across the band. Fantastic antenna. So this is the 7-band Buckmaster, if you haven't already gathered that. These are not the cheapest dipoles. In fact, you're going to probably be abhorrent as what it costs when you price it, but they just keep going up. I actually did a review on EHAM talking about how they used to cost many years ago, and now they're like twice the price. And I understand copper wire gets expensive, but these are awesome antennas. I've really enjoyed this thing. It's worked well. And this is the high power Buckmaster. And so this is the complete setup going, connecting. So the connection point between my tower and the spruce tree is Dacron line. So that's just kind of slides between the, if I can't talk well, it's really cold this morning, the like eyelet that's in the top of the Buckmaster housing. And so it actually slides back and forth if it needs to. So anyways, okay. So buy a Buckmaster. You won't be disappointed. Now, let me go back to something else that you won't be disappointed, and that's the Air Boss. This thing has been really, really sweet. Like I say, I got it because I was trying to get antennas up in the tree over the years, and using slingshots has just not worked well. I haven't been happy with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because you're going to say, well, I want to see this thing work, right? Okay, so let's do it. I already got the antenna up in the tree, but I'll just show you what it's like to shoot it. You can hear the sound, and I'll show you where it goes. Okay, so we already got this guy hooked up. The important thing you got to do, here, I'm telling you this and you're not seeing it, is you need to make sure that once you got the, oh, I didn't even show you the weight. Let me show you that. Hang on. The weight is a 2-ounce, they call it a fishing sinker. I'm not a fisherman, but this is what it looks like right here. And and I don't have monofilament line. I got this, you can tell I'm not a fisherman, but it's really nice string. It's like a braid, Gore-Tex or something, and it really doesn't get tangled up like monofilament did, like when I was using that with my slingshot. So I love this. So this is the weight. You get one of them when you buy the product from the guy, and I'll leave you a link on the website or on the YouTube video. And honestly, you could probably get by with one, but it's always good to have a second one. The idea though is when you shoot this thing, you never, if it's not in the right place, you don't pull the rope or this string, whatever, a line, back through the tree with the weight on it, because it will always catch. Don't even try it. So once the weight drops, then what you do is you just cut the line and pull just the string through, and you put the weight back in your pocket. Okay, so then what I've got is I got it loaded up. That's the valve I'm going to open right there. And then I'm going to do here is, I need an assistant like Van or something here. I open this guy, and you hear that? That's the weight falling all the way down into the chamber. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I don't know if I can do this. I should be able to do this together. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got this like this. This is hard. Okay, oh, here we go. So I have to use my right hand to hold the camera. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't know where this is going to go, but we're just going to shoot it up in the tree, and then I'll show you where it goes, and we'll go find it. I'm on a busy road, so I gotta make sure that there's no traffic coming by, because it could possibly go on the street. Okay, this is a good shot. Let's see. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Listen for it now. Okay. And so now, just gotta figure out where it went. Let's see. Sometimes you have to kind of look around. And I shot it nearly straight up in the air. So it came right back down here. Right here. Okay. And so it kind of went up in the tree and snagged, but that's okay. So here it is on the ground. Make sure I get a shot of it right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to see. I highly recommend this thing. Oh, I didn't tell you about the price. Okay, so it's $59.95 for the plastic setup. You have to buy the reel. I know you're going to say, I can go to a hardware store and do this. Well, go ahead. I mean, I just didn't want to take the trouble to do it. And this guy's already sorted this out. And also I'd have to go to find the gauge, and I'd have to find all that. You know, sometimes it just makes sense to let someone else do the heavy lift. And anyways, and I think it's worth it. He does a great job, did some engineering with it, I think. And it's well worth it. So I'm going to wrap this video up, and I'll have some more videos with other things on the channel soon. I'm getting a lot of subscribers, so I appreciate people that subscribe. I don't monetize or anything. This is just for fun. It's a hobby. I'm not trying to make money. And I just want to try to help people as I discover things and share them with the hamster community. Okay. Okay, 7-3, K9AT, out.